For the longest time, when we thought about powerful AI like ChatGPT, we pictured these massive, far off supercomputers. But there's this quiet revolution happening, bringing all that incredible power from the cloud right down to our own desktops. So today, we're diving into this major shift, running AI on your own computer. So we're all pretty used to this idea of AI living out there, right? In the cloud. We send a question up, an answer comes back down. But what if the AI lived right here on your own machine? That's the core idea we're digging into today, and believe me, it changes everything. All right, so let's start with what we're all familiar with. Anytime you use tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, you're plugging into a massive remote system. It's super powerful, super convenient, but there's a very specific way it all works.
Okay, but the key thing to notice on this slide, it's step two. That's the moment where your data, your questions, your private documents, your secret business ideas leaves your device and zips across the internet. And look, for most of what we do, that's totally fine. But if you're a professional handling sensitive info, that step can be a real deal breaker.
So that brings us to this whole new way of thinking, running these powerful AI models directly on your personal computer. And we're not talking about some watered-down toy version. We're talking about downloading and using really sophisticated open source AI right on your own hardware.
Okay, so this is the key term you need to know, a local LLM, which stands for Large Language Model. What it means is that the entire AI brain, so to speak, is stored right there on your hard drive. Once you've downloaded it, you could literally unplug your internet and it would still work perfectly.
All right, now check out the local process. Compare this to the cloud one we just saw. Notice what's missing? The internet. Your data goes from your keyboard to your own processor and straight back to your screen. It never, ever, ever leaves your machine. And honestly, this is the perfect way to picture it. Just imagine having your own private, totally offline version of your favorite AI tool. No logging in, no data centers, no worries about who's seeing your stuff. Just you and the model. It's a simple idea, but it really captures the power of local AI.
Okay, this all sounds pretty cool, right? But you're probably asking, why even bother with the hassle? Well, it really boils down to two incredibly powerful reasons that are driving this whole movement: privacy and cost. First up, and this is the big one, privacy. I mean, just imagine you're a doctor. You want to analyze years of anonymized patient notes to maybe spot some trends. Trying to use the cloud service would be an absolute nightmare because of privacy laws like HIPAA. But with a local model, you can run the whole analysis on your office computer, and that sensitive health data never leaves the building. The risk of it being seen or stored by some third party, it's literally zero. And then there's the other massive advantage: money. Cloud AI services often have subscriptions, or they charge you for every single query. If you're a developer running thousands of tests or a researcher analyzing documents all day long, those costs can get insane really fast. With a local model, once you download it, it's yours. It's free to use as much as you want. The cost completely shifts from paying these endless fees to just a one-time investment in your own computer. All right, so you're probably thinking, this sounds super technical. How could I possibly do this? Well, for a long time, you were right. It was pretty tough. But then a tool called Allama came along and completely changed the game, making local AI accessible to pretty much anybody. So what is Ollama? Well, the easiest way to think of it is like an app store, but for AI models. It's a free app that handles all the complicated setup stuff behind the scenes, so you can just pick a model you like, download it with a simple command, and start chatting with it right away. And the crazy part is the sheer variety of world-class open source models you get access to. I mean, we are talking about models from the biggest names in tech: Meta, Microsoft, Google. You can have a whole library of different AI assistants sitting on your computer, each with its own unique strengths. Okay, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. This freedom, it comes with some very real practical trade-offs, and they all have to do with the muscle in your computer.
Look, running one of these things is a huge drain on your computer. It really hits three main areas. You need a ton of storage for these massive model files. You need a lot of energy. It'll chew through a laptop battery like crazy. And most importantly, you need some serious processing power. Now, a modern CPU can handle it, but the real magic happens with a powerful graphics card, or GPU. We're talking something like an NVIDIA RTX 30 or 40 series card with a whole lot of video memory.
And just to really put that storage thing into perspective, look at this number: over 70 gigabytes. That's as big as a massive modern video game, but for just one AI model.
If you download a few of these, you can see how your hard drive could fill up real quick. So, what's the takeaway here? Is it that local AI is going to completely replace the cloud? No way. The reality is that both have their own unique, powerful advantages. The future, for pretty much everyone, is going to be a smart mix of both. We've got to be real here. The cloud is still king for a lot of reasons. For pure, raw, unmatched power, for getting access to the absolute biggest and best models out there like GPT-4, and for working together with a team, cloud services are still essential. Your laptop, no matter how good it is, just can't compete with a data center packed with supercomputers. This is a really handy way to break it down. It helps you decide which tool to use for which job. You go local when your data is super sensitive or you just want to experiment without racking up a bill. Use the cloud when you need the absolute maximum horsepower or you're working with a team. It's all about choosing your tool strategically. See, it's not a competition. It's not one versus the other. It's about having a whole spectrum of tools at your disposal. Local AI gives you privacy, it gives you independence. Cloud AI gives you massive power and convenience. The smartest people are going to be the ones who learn how to use both. And that really leaves us with this final thought. For the very first time, AI is shifting from being just a service you rent to a tool that you can actually truly own and control. The possibilities this opens up, we're only just starting to figure them out. The only real question left is, what are you going to build with it?